Hi, it's Maggie. I wanted to talk about the total solar eclipse we'll be having July 2nd, 2019. So every 9 years, the nodes travel, and they trigger an eclipse. And so the last eclipse on this Cancer Capricorn axis was, think back to 2009 to 2011, just preceding 2012. Kind of for a clue as to what will happen, only it's going to be flipped. At that time it was on the Capricorn axis, and now it will be, the node is on the Cancer axis. North node Cancer, south node has been in Capricorn. So it will be a new moon and a total solar eclipse on July 2nd. So I drew up a chart, and then there will be another one. I'll do another one on July 16th and 17th will be a partial lunar eclipse. So I'll do a separate one on that. So yeah, we've got some eclipses going on in July, and it should be very interesting, especially for the U.S. because our Cancer is a country. Our country is a Cancer, and I'm not sure if it's China. Anyway. Yeah, there's just a lot of talk of impeachment, and so anyway, stuff is just really going down. But during eclipses, it can sometimes be the culmination of an event, or things will just, like a finality. Sometimes it'll just be final, or it'll be a sudden shocking event. Shocking would be more like Uranus, but so it's when I looked at this chart, I could use words. When I looked at this chart, I just said, wow, it was like a triple cancer chart. So plus the node in Cancer. So it's like our safety versus authority. Your personal safety and comfort and how you are in this world versus, authority would represent Capricorn, and home and security would be Cancer. So it's just shifting from where it was, back in 09 and 11. So it's the opposite. So yeah, it's all about our personal security and comfort and home. So the sun is 10 degrees. I'll have to look up the Sabian symbols. The sun is 10 degrees Cancer on the July 2nd. I drew up San Francisco, 6 a.m. Moon is 6 degrees, and the north node is 17 degrees. So the south node will be 17 degrees as well. So the south node is the direct opposite of the north node. It will be in Capricorn, and Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn. In this chart, it's the seventh house, but in a normal Aries chart, in the original wheel, it would be 10th house. It will definitely affect all the cardinal angles. If you're cardinal, it'll affect everyone, but of course the cardinal angles are very, very much affected. So it will trigger events or a series of events that are maybe already happening or beginning to happen, and it will just be a finality in so much water. People will be very, very emotional. But it does feature your personal security or homeland security. And there's in conjunct that day between Jupiter in Sagittarius, foreign countries law, and Mercury is in conjunct to Mercury in Leo. So that there are at this present time impeachment proceedings, trying to get underway, and so it kind of represents the polarity that's going on now. But at the same time, in your own personal life, it could be, it could be your own authority, excuse me, authority, or how you are in the world versus your personal security. It could change, or you could. Um, it's kind of unpredictable, but those are just the key words, the key words. And with Pluto and Saturn and the South Node eats things up. It's the dragon's head, and it's letting go. It's purging itself. So it's the government or the collective or yourself could be purging something that's no longer needed. So it's been a long, slow process, with the Pluto, Saturn, and Capricorn. Um, so the new moon in Cancer, the focus is on the home, and there's so much water that day. There is Sun, Moon, North Node, and the Ascendant all in Cancer. And Neptune and the MC are in Pisces. So a lot of water, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of patriotism. At the same time, there could be some polarity and maybe extremism from the in conjunct, from Jupiter, foreign countries and law in Sagittarius, to Mercury, communication. So we will definitely be hearing some event, and people would be very emotional about it. It is sextile to the new moon, is sextile to Uranus in Taurus, so it may be about money. It could be about money, tariffs. It'll be sudden, unexpected, because Uranus shakes things up. It just shakes things up. So that kind of gives us another clue as to what maybe something. Although a sextile is an easy flowing, harmonious aspect, it's still Uranus. And Uranus is this unforeseen, unpredictable change. And of course, Taurus is money. It's money, it's assets, it's. So, who knows? It could be a weather-related event. It could be impeachment. It could be, something to do with foreign countries, and in your own personal life, your personal comfort versus, maybe your father just passed away, or maybe you just changed jobs, or maybe maybe you got fired, or maybe you just had a baby, or just some changes in your personal comfort, and your whole life changes when you have a baby. Your whole life changes. So the cardinal angles are severely affected, as is everybody. And the air on that day, the only thing in air is Venus and Venus and Gemini. So that will help. That will help with communication a little bit. Earth, of course, is Capricorn and Taurus. Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node, trying to purge and, change and eat up what's no longer working. And Uranus is change. It's change. It's going to be in Taurus, oh gosh, about 6 more years, 7 years. It just began. It's only 5 degrees Taurus. Uranus is only 5 degrees Taurus, but I began seeing changes in the world. We all did around 3 degrees. That's when the tariffs, just all kinds of stuff. We began to see more changes in the financial sector. Including taxes and. So also that day, Jupiter is squaring Neptune. So that's some illusion, maybe deception, fall from power. This idealized. The inconjuncts don't look really good there, and there's a lot of squares to Uranus. from Mercury and Mars. Mars can act as a malefic. In this case, it's stationed 0 degrees. 0 degrees. Let me just make sure. Yes, 0 degrees Leo. That's. I just thought of Trump. I did his chart before. I believe he is a Leo, but he's got so much Gemini, and his Uranus is just, all the Twitter rants that he does. That's his Uranus is extremely active. But anyway, it's Uranus is squaring Leo. It's squaring Mercury, planet of communication in Leo, and Mars. So sudden, unpredictable communication about some event. And Mars can be, Mars is volatile, It can be a malefic. It can also be initiative. It could be a show of force. It could be vitality. It's the god of war. But it's action. Where Mars is, there's action, and you have more emphasis on action. So it's a conjunction, Mars and Mercury. So we will be hearing something, more than likely regarding international affairs. Certainly regarding any Cancer country, or if you are a Cancer, this whole cardinal axis. Aries is feeling Chiron as well. Libra is also on the cardinal axis, so it'll be affecting them as well. Not so much the air signs. However, Gemini, will help. Venus and Gemini will definitely help. 26 degrees. A new moon is typically time for new beginnings, so it is time for new beginnings. But at the same time, there can be a lot of endings as well, because of the Pluto-Saturn and South Node polarity. It's like kind of threatening our personal security, or a process of letting things go. And it can be difficult and challenging, but at the same time, it is a new moon. So, you could still make that wish and, begin something. It is a time for new beginnings. So it's not like bad news for everyone. It's not all doom and gloom for sure, but collectively, there's a lot of stuff going on. But people are very, very emotional, and maybe extremist and patriotic, because especially the U.S. is going on for sure. And I think China is a Cancer country, so that's going on. Earth, I was just talking about Earth, funny. And fire, Aries has Chiron. Mercury and Mars are fired up in Leo. So we're going to receive some communication during this eclipse, either preceding or after. And mutable is Jupiter, international law. There are all kinds of legal proceedings going on right now, and just, all kinds of polarities and arguments. And so anyway, you could just turn on the news and see what's going on for yourself. So I just wanted to take a look. Triple Cancer day. Wow, that's really going to affect Cancers for sure, and Capricorns. Capricorn, I know, he was diagnosed with cancer and just had his treatment, and I guess he's doing better. But that's another Capricorn I know moved cross country. There's just so many different ways to change. Another a Cancer person I know just find these severed ties with a Capricorn. and that's the south node. It's like you just can't argue with the south node anymore. When it's time for something to end, between the eclipse and the south node, it's going to end. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.